Insidious, The Last Key. Well, what a movie this is. This one just goes off the chain to a point where you just go, no, I'm sorry, this has gone too far. And refuse to see any more like Josh in the first to come out, there we go. It wanted to explore more into the further and more into Elise's past, and it got pretty stupid. It opens to when Elise is a little girl, and even then she was seeing ghosts. Her father was very abusive and a total asshole, yeah, of course, right? He has the same gift that Elise has, and it's never explained very well where it came from by him to Elise, and he punishes her every time she sees a ghost. Well, it was a big mistake, and Elise let out a demon that follows her even now as a grown woman. The Key-Face Demon, who has keys for fingers and is the main villain of the movie, and caused the death of her mother, who was actually a nice lady and liked her children. Elise has a younger brother, and this younger brother happens to be named Christian. Great name. He was abandoned by Elise because the dad was too much of a dick and Elise just ran off, probably like any child would do. Years have passed and Keyface has returned to Elise's old house. And there's a new guy living in it, but he's not the main focus. He's just a scared guy with a prisoner, and he dies from a bookshelf, which pretty much makes Specs a murderer. So what was the point of him? Like, seriously? And the whole prisoner storyline is just tacky. Christian has 2 daughters, and they're the main focus. The oldest has the same abilities Elise has, and when the youngest daughter falls victim to Keyface and ends up in the hospital, she's taken over and ends up in the further, kind of like Dalton. Elise and Imogen, I've actually never heard that name before, she's the oldest daughter traveling to the further to help Melissa, and this is where things just get too much. As if everything else wasn't already weird. The further apparently has a prison where Melissa's actual body is held. Keyface is the only one that can free them. He offers Elise the chance to punish her father when he appears in the further, and Elise just goes apeshit on his ass until it's revealed he was forced to do these awful things to the kids, so it wasn't really his fault. And Keyface gets salty about it and kills his, spiritual body, I guess? I mean, he's already dead. I guess he died again. Keyface is a really weird villain, man. It definitely downgraded from the one that came out first. There we go, the one that came out first. Like, it just explores too much and goes too off the deep end. Lin Shaye is still great as Elise, no doubt about that. Elise's mother comes into the fray and Lantern punches Keyface, which is hilarious.
Hands off my little girl.
She's not so little anymore. They open a door to when Dalton falls down the stairs of the attic, which kinda ruined the suspense of not knowing what he saw beforehand. You mean to tell me he saw 4 ladies and he screams like that? Give me a break. It's also weird seeing young mother interact with older daughter, but it's nice for Elise to have a final goodbye for her mother, even if it is a bit weird. After it's all said and done, everyone goes back to their rightful bodies and Elise's family is all good. Elise rekindles with Christian and it ends with a setup to the first movie to come out in the franchise, and we see the boy Josh again. I wonder if they actually came back to record new scenes, because the way they deliver the lines in The Last Key are different from how they delivered them in the first to come out. It's also weird hearing Elise say in the first film that she and Lorraine have been good friends for a long time, and when she calls Elise, Lorraine acts as if she only knew her for that one time, like Elise forgot about it? Weird, but neat ending. And that's Insidious, The Last Key. What a movie, what a mess of a movie. Too much goes on in this movie. Too much backstory, Specs the murderer, heading deep into the further, Elise's father, Keyface. It really just shifts in a new direction and it didn't really do very well. So, Insidious, The Last Key is my least favorite. If I had an order, I would put it 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that, in the orders they came out. While your list may be different from mine, there's no denying that Insidious is a name in the horror business. Another horror franchise that pits good, creepy ideas together and expands it into even crazier, wackier things. What a franchise. People who aren't fans of these films can call it Insidious. There are even talks of making a fifth film. I wonder what that'll be about. Maybe follow the end of the second? Maybe? Do a full-length film of Josh's past? Maybe do a movie where Dalton is a grown man and he has a son or daughter with the same problems? Dalton forgot as a child and must remember as a man? Bring Patrick Wilson back or something. Time will tell. But this is Christian De Leon signing out saying good night. And for God's sakes, don't drift into the further. Just let the darkness turn into light. Insidious.
I told you, I was grading tests.